7 or so degrees by now.
27, you can see, because the rowers just put their feet in the water as soon as they cross the line because they are so hot.
See steam coming off them as we move over to the lightweight double sculls. That's Switzerland 1, Andris Drazina and Julian Müller. Lane 2, where you see Poland, Jerry Kowalski and Milosz Jankowski. That's lane 3, Ireland. Gary and Paul O'Donovan. They've got to be the favourite for this.
Yeah, how big a favourite are they?
Social media favourites as well, probably. Austria, Julian Scherbel and Bernhard Sieber, brother of Paul Sieber. Canada 2, Patrick Keane and Maxwell Latimer.
Ireland, Austria, Canada,
Belgium, Tim Brice and Niels van Zandbergen. Sat ready at the start, and that's the start given. This is the lightweights.
He didn't hang around, Gary O'Donovan. Do you see him, the bowman of the Irish boat? I think, you know, almost before the buzzer he was
He's
like...
He's not known for hanging around, though, is he?
You know, the Irish look quicker out. I think they've spent the winter down in New Zealand. There's Paul O'Donovan there just motoring. You see the Irish tricolour on their blades, but they've spent the winter down in New Zealand, Sam. They're going to be race sharp, race fit, and to me, looking through the semi-finals, blades a little deep there. They had more pace in the first quarter than I've seen them, certainly last season, and I think during the Olympic season, and it's their bows in front at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, their first success may have been a surprise to everyone, themselves included, but certainly now they've got a great pedigree, and this race really is theirs to lose. We're running along with Belgium, though, with Van Zandbergen and Brice. That's a strong crew as well. I think they're stand an outside chance as we get in this stroke to, where are we now, about 300 metres or so.
Yeah, the Austrians came out. I mean, it's so interesting because we've got the feeder event for this is the lightweight men's quadruple. A lot of these guys are out of that event, and it's so important to have that feeder event for these guys. As we look at the Canadian team there and the Belgians you spoke about, I think they'll come through into contention later in the race. But a lot of these guys in the lightweight men's quad. And, of course, nowhere is that more important than with the French world champions because, you know, Jeremy Azou has announced his retirement. His partner that he won the world title with, Pierre Huan, was in the lightweight men's quad. He's probably going to get a replacement out of the French lightweight men's quad, which took gold in this event. But here, it's the Poles leading.
God, there's not a lot in it, though, is there? All the crews sit within less than a second as we come through the 500. There's a 10th between Poland and Austria, but at the moment, Ireland sit in third, arguably, position as they go through that first quarter. These crews will have all weighed in at 70 kilos, 90 minutes before they boated. It's a great leveller, especially in a sculling event. So the guys are physically fairly similar.
Jerzy Kowalski, the bowman in the Polish, 30 years of age, and the Olympian Milosz Jankowski in the stroke seat, the tall Milosz Jankowski, and he was in the Rio Olympics with Artur Mikulaszewski. So Rio Olympian, they took fourth last year. They were fourth in the World's final all the way at every single marker. So behind France, Italy and the Chinese, Sun and Fan taking a surprise bronze medal. So the O'Donovans, well, we know they've got that incredible second half of the race.
Well, they should be up to speed with their competitors. A lot of looking around.
See, it's interesting to look at those two Austrians, you know, Julian Scherbel and Bernhard Sieber. They were in the lightweight men's quadruple sculls last year, came 10th. They weren't in the A final. But look at them here, they're competitive, they're going toe-to-toe with the Irish, they're just, you know, a metre or two off the lead. Julian Scherbel, the bowman, got a silver medal in the lightweight men's quads at the under-23s, so, you know, he's got a medalist experience, but for them to be up there, they're in the big time.
Well, and let's not forget, we're over to their home water before too long. I believe Sieber's out of Ruder Club Viking in Linz.
Yeah, and, you know, that's so important because the World Championships are going to be in Linz next year, so Austria is building their team up towards that World Championships, but the Poles now finding, there's a look across just to see how the pace is going from the Polish bowman, Jerzy Kowalski, the 30-year-old, just sensing that the Austrians are in this race.
It's so close, though, isn't it? We've got 3 of those crews sat within 3/10 as they went through the halfway marker.
Yeah, both these Irish guys, they've been down in New Zealand, they've been dusting it with the heavyweight singles, Robbie Manson and Mahe Drysdale in the regattas down there on Lake Carapiro. I've hoped it's made it sharp, that made them sharper to spend the winter down there. Dominic Casey, their coach, stayed back in Ireland, but
They got a nice hook up though as they put the power on.
I just wonder where the Belgians, how the Belgians are doing, because you know Tim Brees and Niels van Zwager are really quality crew.
They're sat in 4th, I think. These 3 have pulled themselves clear of the rest of the pack. Belgium, I don't think, are that far off the pace. They're sat with Switzerland and Canada just outside this shot of the top 3.
Yeah, well, Niels van Zwager was getting a bronze medal in the lightweight men's single here last year because his partner Tim Brees was injured, and Dominic Bassonet, who coached the French pair to Olympic gold medal way back in Sydney in 2000. He's the Belgian consultant.
Oh,
and you can see, yeah, the Belgians, I think that's a lot to do in the last quarter in lightweight men's doubles. But, you know, they're in 4th place now.
Less than a second is the margin they've got to make. But you can see the bows there edging through the picture. I think they're making ground.
Yeah, they're going to get a medal. I think they're going to get a medal. But
it looks like they'll go through Austria, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now, the Poles have had a fantastic, you know, second wind, we call that. There's the stroke man of the Belgian double, Niels van Zwager, the 22-year-old. So the Irish have got it all to do. So the Poles really have found something extra. They were under pressure, and, you know, they were cool, calm and collected, weren't they? So Paul and Gary have got to find that famous sprint in the back. Here they come, Sam.
Yeah,
look at that.
As you say, you see it.
That's so cool to watch, isn't it? In the Hudson boat. The Canadian boat manufacturer, the Poles in the Filippi, the Italian Filippi in the white. And look, the Poles are going with them.
Yeah.
Toe to toe. This is the best finish, isn't it?
And we're going to have Belgium on this side as well.
He's looked across, Gary, isn't he? But he's sensed them. And there's Paul O'Donovan, the stroke man, looked across. Now he's pulling like a dog, isn't he?
Look at them go. They're just coming in front of the grandstand now.
Yeah.
Belgium, though, look at Belgium on this far side. I don't think that's...
The Poles have got it. The Poles have got it. I'm not sure the Irish can get back, and the Belgians have got the bronze medal. Are they going to come back on the Irish? It's all hands to the pump now.
It's going to be Poland. Poland are going to have to hang on to that.
Look at the Belgian finish. They're going to get the Irish. That's sensational.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Whoa, that's so cool.
I see Belgium. I see Belgium in 3rd. Look at the celebration from the Polish crew there.
He looked, I don't know, Van Zwager looked, or Brees, one of them, and just said, look at that. He's got his, that's the Poles there. Jankowski and Kowalski, we beat the Irish Olympic silver medalists. We're back in business.
Big stuff from them. Great big stuff. I think Ireland just held on to it ahead of Belgium, though. It was very close.
You might be right.
It looked like they were going to do it.
I'll give you that one.
Well, we'll see.
That was a hell of a race, wasn't it?
Was,
so exciting. You just assumed that the O'Donovans were going to come through with that fantastic sprint. We saw Paul O'Donovan do that, but the Poles can't believe it.
Here we go. Look at it in slow motion.
Jerzy Kowalski.
You see Poland, that's their bows over. And then next up is your choice. Oh! Even then, that doesn't help. I'm none the wiser.
No.
And Ireland/Belgium in 2nd/3rd place.
Yeah, who got 3rd?
They've given it to Belgium. Oh, no, photo finish.
Photo finish.
That's still the photo finish marker.
Austrians, great skull from them just to hold off the Canadians.
4th and 5th look close as well.
Look at that. I love that. You know, the Polish stroke man, Milos Jankowski, the Rio Olympian.
I think
28 years of age, just holds his hands up. We haven't got confirmation yet.
Nope.
It's going to be 100th of a second one, isn't it?
I think it's 100th in favour of Belgium.
Do they do 1,000th of a second?
I think the photo finish does, but the normal timing doesn't.
Because that's what Mahe Drysdale won in the Olympics, wasn't it? By that's a very small margin. So confirmation of that, we'll let you have it, but I think we're going to be going to the medal ceremony.
Oh, no, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, they did it.
Yeah, Belgium in 2nd place, ahead of the O'Donovan brothers by 100th. And then only 500 separated 4th and 5th.